Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age the Veilguard. This is episode 3. Last time we continued our adventure. We explored the lighthouse, getting to sort of assemble our crew and determine the next course of action. We went through the Alluvion and discovered veil jumpers, most notably of that group being Balara, who is now a companion for our team over there. That was just me getting some gold, of course. I wasn't attacking anyone or pressing buttons by mistake. I was intentionally grabbing that gold. So we have Balara, we have Harding, and we have Nev. So we got a bit of a club over here of our gals. And then I got Rook, our Mepo-kun. So we're filling out our companions in the lighthouse. We've got more on our way, of course. We got our first Vitar from the merchant. Kind of average, so we're not putting on the face paint at the moment, but we are heading to Demeter's Crossing. So that's our course of action today. The NPCs do look very good. They just need to talk more, I think. We also we took on an ogre boss fight.
A lot happened here.
We took on an ogre in the last episode as a boss, and it was kind of our first actual boss fight. And I went back and watched my Dragon Age Origins experience with the ogre, which was like the boss fight, and it was very interesting the difference in that. I was like watching Dragon Age Origins, I'm like, man, I remember playing that game and being like, this is such a Lord of the Rings sequence, like battle for Helm's Deep, except the heroes are doomed. And it was just such an interesting sequence to watch how serious it was and how that all played out, and getting absolutely swamped, crushed by that ogre, which was so funny, and then going in and applying lessons learned to that fight and getting that death blow animation with my character, and there's like the slow-mo kill of the ogre, and then that tone of like, come on, we've got to continue doing what we're doing, because everything is very serious. And it was very interesting to watch that while I was editing last episode, and we're like, killed the ogre, and it was like, so that just happened. And it was so intriguing how things shift and change. But I think something to be aware of at the very least is, you know, we were a self-contained group having a fight instead of being a necessary team ascending a tower to make sure that we send a signal, you know, for the war that's taking place outside. So it was a very different time and a different environment, but it was really fascinating to see the difference, because I wanted to get myself a reminder on how that ogre battle went. And I think the only thing that I wish was like that very memorable death blow animation. That stuck with me. That was such a surprise seeing that, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. I would have loved a moment like that. That would have been
what hasn't happened.
A lot of fun.
This area is where Tevinter Magisters destroyed Arlathan City centuries ago. Whole lot of blood magic during the war.
And now?
Whatever Solas did stirred up everything again. The old blood magic from the war, it never went away. Ancient relics appear out of thin air, ruins float. It's like an old wound that never healed, and now it's bleeding again.
That's cool.
I wonder what this is about.
Oh, this looks busted. You want to tinker with it, Balara?
Sure thing.
Does that mean enemies will appear? Are you doing anything about that, or? Oh. So the tinker thing just happened. Gotcha. I'm waiting for Balara to like do something, I guess. When that happens, I forget that she just It doesn't.
That did it.
You follow the trail of power cores, and there you go. And they were roommates. Oh, interesting. Thought there was going to be like a codex entry there or something.
What
Look at
you?
That was the capital city, Arlathan. This is what's left of it after the war.
I don't imagine it floated back in the day.
Love that. Yeah, that's just casually the capital city of Arlathan. What a fantastic visual, though. Bit of a running theme here. Elves that were like running away from something, and as some devastation affected the forest, were petrified in the way that they were turned into nature. Even like becoming part of the trees that grow in the forest. Like, there's an element of, oh wow, yeah, I mean, we're seeing it. There's this element of environmental storytelling here. Elves using magic or pushing against something, but yeah, the growth of elves into the trees gives this whole sort of vibe of you know, the war and everything that was taking place here and the blood that was spilled. Like, the blood of the elves have quite literally kind of populated this forest as they've grown out of it with their own bodies. Yeah. We have a little shortcut. Nice. Nug carving. And a lament for fallen Elvenan. From a veil jumper's letter, I hear tall watchtowers once stood where these waters emptied into the sky, their torches lit to guide the weary traveller. Sometimes on still days when the mist hangs low on the river, I can imagine the lighted path up to the golden spires of Arlathan and the voices of my people calling me home. I know Elvenan, our lost civilization, is not how I imagine it. Arlathan was a place of wonder and magic, also of conflict and war, ruled by tyrants, yet still I mourn it and wish that I could have seen it just once and called it mine. Added below in different handwriting, these feelings are not yours alone. There's no sin in grieving what was lost, imperfect though it was. Strife. Giant face in the middle here with the floating rocks. There's some really, really interesting visuals in the environments here. Currently inaccessible. What is this? Okay. Currently inaccessible. No tinkering to be done, or no damage that can be done to that. Maybe it's just a matter of time. It's so frozen in time, you know?
Rook, you ready to go?
One moment, please. It's Bibabang. It looks like it's going to explode if you get too close. Ooh. Oh, this is sad. We have Hala, but they're just weak, skinny, and dying. One's already dead. That's sad. Interesting, we got the instant drop, because you will die if you try and swim in this game. Mind you, it's not easy to swim with a full suit of armor, is it? What inscription? The secrets of the past now hidden. To each and every man forbidden, but seek ye with a watchful eye. Find a key in the owl's cry.
Huh. The giant owl. Must be something to this.
Okay. Listening out for an owl's cry. This is also currently inaccessible. So we really got to do what we're doing with Harding. And there's a fast travel point up there from what I can see on the mini-map. Giant fish.
Harding, you sure you're up for this?
I'm fine. I need to get back in the fight.
Then let's go.
Curious as to how these dialogue sequences would play out if you took Nev with you instead of Harding. I guess it would be just not role reversal, but
I've never seen fog this thick in Demetta's Crossing.
You would be so concerned about her. Maybe Nev would be fine regardless, and it would just be Harding not being injured.
This isn't right. The dock usually has people bringing goods to market, bartering and shouting. It's always busy.
Something happened here.
Stay sharp.
Nice. Now this I'm excited about. This is cool. Music is good. It's setting the tone. I like that.
So quiet.
Too quiet.
Where is everybody?
Very eerie.
It's market day. People should be out selling eggs and buying bread. But everything's just abandoned.
They barricaded the main entrance into town.
To keep something out?
No, to keep something in.
Ooh. Giant cheese wheel. We're playing a Dragon Age game, guys. Confirmed. Keep something in. All right then.
Get in over here.
I just wanted to see if I could destroy stuff for pitiful amounts of gold, of course. Well,
It's blight. Even worse than in the forest.
oh, hello.
Keep them in. Mayor's orders.
Holy shit.
You okay? What happened here?
Keep them inside. Listen to the mayor.
Hello?
I don't think he can hear us.
Oh man. Now this is the dark stuff that people wanted in their Dragon Age game. There you go. Let me just you wanna pose for the camera there, mate? Oh. Get in there and look at that. You've been tainted, I fear. I can tell I'm really gonna have fun with this game's photo mode for sure. Come across just some whack stuff and have a great little thumbnail opportunity, or even just looking at the finer details, because the ability to get actual details in the skin textures of these NPCs. I've only just
rewarded. All of us.
I've only just walked in. Oh my god.
Everyone has to stay. No, you can't leave.
Hey, can you hear me?
Just stay here, and everything will be fine.
God, the really pulsating of it. These ones are somehow even worse, like, because the eyes are still open. Oh my god. God, they're like the twisted, contorted, dried up prune corpses too. Now this is how you set a scene.
Someone used powerful magic to dominate the minds of these villagers.
You see that giant cheese wheel in there? Let me in. Bro. Look at that. Hang on. Dude. He's fucking ass up on a big wheel of cheese, dude. Now, if that is not Dragon Age, I don't know what to tell you. Oh my god. We've truly reached the part of the game where I'm just gonna be like, alright, photo mode for all of it. Like, just the detail that they've got hidden in houses. Like, hey guys, it's not dark fantasy enough. The game is too colorful. And there is not terrible stuff going down at all. My first 5 seconds in Demeter's Crossing has been an incredible time. We've got hanging bodies and a corpse strung up on a giant cheese wheel. Oh god, alright. I'm getting weird darkspawn tentacle goop.
The town square. We need to search for survivors.
Let's see what we can find. Fan out.
Holy shit, dude. And the darkspawn bodies with them too. Holy fuck.
This is Adeline. I knew her. She was a farmer, sold spices to us, the best in Arlathan. I can't believe this happened.
Alright, no quips here, guys. They gave you a nice little handhold into the intro of this game and then threw you in here and said, by the way, remember Dragon Age? These pulsating elements seem so like insect larvae to me. I mean, we've got bugs everywhere. I feel for Balara, like being like, this place is usually great. I knew these people, you know? This is like us rocking up. It's like, what the? This is like us rocking up to Redcliffe. Or just like going through an area in Dragon Age across Ferelden that, like, you know, when we went through to all of those, you could see the blight spreading on the map as it went through those locations. This is like what it would look like to revisit those areas. It really, really pleases me in terms of the art direction and environment work that has gone into this.
Is that an Aravel on the roof?
The blight must have lifted it up there.
Fucking hell.
This blight is weird.
Ever seen anything like it?
Never. Blight's usually dead, static. But this is alive.
Right?
Okay, let's keep going. Might be more survivors.
The thing is, like, actually, like, pulsating.
What was that?
Something big. Stay sharp.
Over
Whoa.
there. 2 more survivors.
Dude, the tentacles coming out. Something bigger than an ogre, I'll tell you that much.
Hey, what's going on here?
Find the veil jumpers. Bring them to the mayor.
They're talking about Jahel and Milva.
They said bring them to the mayor. If we find the mayor, then maybe we'll find your friends.
Damn. Y'all need rest and a
Must
big
keep looking. Must find the veil jumpers.
cup of water.
Said to find them.
They're in the village.
Oh,
Why were they looking for veil jumpers? What did the mayor want with them?
Time of the red lyrium blighted darkspawn has passed. Now it's the time of the gooey, parasitic, insect larva pulsating darkspawn.
Look, more people.
Must round up everyone.
Must get them inside.
We will be rewarded.
Light obstacle is impeding you. Can be destroyed when it's vulnerable, pulsating state. works. Y'all look crazy. Oh, we gotta go through. Yummy. Oh, man. Oh.
Milva!
That's one of your fellow veil jumpers? Melara!
Jahel! He's alive!
Melara.
We're going to help you. We'll get you down, Jahel.
No, listen. The gods have returned. I saw them. I heard their voices.
The gods did this?
A blood ritual to release the blight. The villagers, they said they needed power. Melara, be careful.
Help me, anyone!
Man, this is crazy. I'm gonna just be stopping at so many points just to be like, I need to have a photo mode moment with this. You mind if I take a pic? Me with my my camera going all throughout Thetis. God, the tentacle that was just like writhing around the neck. That's nuts.
Come on, that sounds close.
Wow, villages that haven't been blighted yet? Or tainted?
Help me! Hurry!
Oh, Jesus. Wait, the mayor.
A dragon? Here?
No! 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 Please!
Hey!
Fresh blood, a hungry heart. Creature, come to me.
I know you. You're the mayor of this town.
The village. The people. Are they,
Blighted. Dead. All of them.
You gave them to the gods, didn't you? Didn't you?
They were in my head. Infecting my thoughts. They made me do it. Please, help me.
God damn. Alright, let's just address the dragon in the room. My character, just like my Canary Rook, staring down a dragon, just be like, oi, oi, come off it, let's have a go. Like, so good. I was like, I'm ready for the dragon boss fight, but the game said, not yet. And that's Galanane. Elven gods, ancient gods, old gods, archdemons, dragons, elves. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? We got blighted elven gods in the form of dragons. But what does it mean, though? I think we're going to need some Grey Wardens for this. We're going to need Grey Wardens for this. So, we see this guy selling out his whole village filled with buckets of gold, and then he's made the classic blunder of trusting a ancient evil and thinking he wouldn't get surrounded by evil fleshy tentacle thing that is slightly obscured from our current vision, but still gross all the same. It looks like thorny and slimy and not comfortable. And you killed those people.
You betrayed your own town.
No, I didn't. I was tricked. Manipulated. I tried to protect people. You have to believe me. The gods told me to lure the Veil Jumpers to the center of town. The others were to be rounded up and kept safe. They would be the first to witness the glory of Gillenane's new creation. She showed me gold. So much gold.
Hang on, sorry. Was it manipulation of being in your head, or was it putting a big fat coin purse and a couple of barrels full of gold in front of you, dude? The creation, I don't know if it's the blighted village, but more so the dark spawn that come out of it.
Right. We walked right through that new creation. A lot of dead people.
Also, the gods could gain power from the blight.
I never meant for that, I swear! You must believe me!
The gods exploited his greed and fear.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for him? I say we leave him right here.
But I'll die. The blight! Everywhere. What if the dragon comes back?
If we let you go, you'll run straight back to the gods.
They were in his head. Their influence might linger.
I understand what they do now. I won't be tempted again, I swear.
Rook?
Leave him here. He can fend for himself.
No!
Wolves will get him in the night. Or, given the state of this place, something worse.
Nev doesn't seem disapproving at all. Like, Nev was like, talking about, like, the influence could still be there. But Nev's also disapproving of it.
The people of Demeter's crossing were depending on him. The least he can do is stay with them now.
A steep price to pay. And we're the ones to choose it?
Somebody has to.
You don't understand the power they have. They show you what you crave. They speak to the darkness in your heart. No one can stand against that.
Watch me.
I won't be the last to surrender. I felt the evil.
Let's go. No point arguing with a dead man.
No.
Deserved, honestly.
The fade had opened, and the gods were free. Thanks to Solas, they'd woken up to find their empire, their subjects, even their fellow gods, all gone. But they still had the power of the blight, and corrupting a village was just the start. They made plans to tap more of the blight, all of it, to rebuild their empire. As a path to power, it had its costs. And everyone would pay for it.
Varric narrating these little cutscene moments. I like it. I do indeed like that a lot. Not in terms of... the only similarities I'm going to draw when I say this is basically just the presentation, music, with narration over it. But it does remind me of like the Destiny 2 cutscenes where they do the animated style with the with drawings instead of it being like in-game cutscenes. They do like artistic style pieces in the cutscenes with that same type of music and the narration over it, and that's the vibe that I got from that, which was pretty cool. I like those cutscenes a lot, and it's narrated by Varric, so I cannot complain about that. But we're all going to pay the price of Gillian's blight. Fast travel. We can open our map and open fast travel beacons, which are also save checkpoints. Explore local maps to discover beacon locations. Well, alright then. So, that was a really nice, interesting slice of life there, wasn't it? So, it's more of that linear walkthrough of a location, but the atmosphere was really, really amazing. I loved the story build-up. I loved the dark atmosphere of that. I loved being able to traverse that environment, get that feeling, have that story movement. Even though there weren't many things to specifically do there, like there's no Darkspawn for us to fight. It's already over. A fight there would have been cool, I think. And then it ends up being a decision. What are we going to do with the mayor? And it was 3-1. Sorry, Nev. Looks like that way is now open. But what about over this way? So it wants us to go back to Strife and Ireland. This is still currently inaccessible. So I guess we can now open up our map and we can see it's showing us undiscovered beacons. But we can head back. Yeah? Then we just have to do the run again, I suppose. Maybe I should have gone and unlocked the other fast travel beacon first, but we do have that ladder shortcut as well, so we're fine. Let us report our findings.
Did you find our scouts?
They're dead. I'm sorry. Elganon and Gillian sacrificed them in some kind of ritual.
Creators. What about the rest of the village?
The ritual spread blight everywhere. The entire village was overrun.
The few who survived are controlled by blood magic. Their minds are gone.
Elgarnon and Gillian used them like puppets.
I dare say it was a show of force. They will not rest until you are on your knees, fearful, cowering, helpless in the face of such power.
Lady Morrigan?
'Tis simply Morrigan to you, Scout Harding. What a pleasure to see you again.
Rook, this is Morrigan, an old acquaintance. I thought she could help.
Morrigan helped the Inquisition when Varric and I were part of it. She knew more about ancient magic than anyone, except Solas.
'Twas both pleasure and necessity to help then, as it is now. Stopping Elganon and Gillian shall require many hands.
They just so casually dropped that. What the hell? They just so casually dropped her in there. Oh, the raven form. She should have rocked up on a spider, I reckon. Just standing up as a spider, walking on in. That would have done it for me. Okay. Okay. My wife has just appeared. Now the question of that, again, this is huge because my wife pertains to the fact that my warden from Dragon Age Origins married the woman, had a kid with the woman. Just, you know, big stuff, big story implications, things to happen here. This game doesn't know that I did that. It didn't look at my Dragon Age keep. It only looked at Dragon Age Inquisition. Morrigan, did you drink from the Well of Sorrows, perhaps? What's with the fancy Flemeth crown you got on your face there? What does that insinuate? Based on the Inquisition cutscenes, because I didn't put any of my choices in here, so I just have to look at that and be like, I don't know. I am so conflicted right now, because I'm thinking, she's not going to be in this game. She won't show, because she's so important in a way that the game is not allowing me to dictate the choices that have been made by me in my previous games. So it's too dangerous for her to show up. Fuck me, I guess. Shows what I know, but it is concerning. Because now this is what I was saying. If a character that we know shows up, it feels like they'll be like, hey, and then they'll leave. You know, it's like, because you can't be like, wait, I have questions for you. And she goes, I can't answer them. And then flies away. That's what I feel is probably going to happen. She's looking good. Gotta say, my wife is glowing up every single time she appears. She looks great in Origins. She looks great in Inquisition. And looking consistently fine. Very beautiful get up here. Again, the crown, I'm thinking about that. What's going on there, Morrigan? So an old acquaintance of Strife. Yeah. That's the question. That's the investigation. Sorry, who are you again?
So who are you exactly?
I have borne many appellations. Advisor to Orlais, Witch of the Wilds, friend to the Inquisition. My place here, however, is but a humble advisor on matters arcane.
Witch of the Wilds?
An honorific born of rumor and exaggeration. The fearsome reputations of your opponents, however, are duly earned. This dark turn of events shall only become worse.
Flip that camera angle right back. I'm trying to analyze the fit. There's definitely a lot of that Dragon Age Inquisition outfit that's still there. Looks great.
Whatever comes, we're ready for a fight.
Words easily said, but rarely proven.
Yeah? What do you know about all this that we don't?
As dangerous as Solas himself may be, his imprisonment of the gods was just. To leave them unchecked would have been the very end of Thedas.
And it's just the one question, and it's just the one very surface level question. So you knew the Dreadwolf then. You didn't happen to walk through ancient elven temples with him elven-splaining to the Dreadwolf himself unknowingly, did you? You wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have partook in a ritual that involved drinking the bathwater of the elves, did you? Can you answer that question for me?
Just to be clear, you know your old friend Solas is actually the Dreadwolf?
So I have come to learn. It rather explains how he knew such a great deal of ancient elven history, and why he became so vexed when I attempted to explain it to him. Whilst I cannot claim the same depth of knowledge, the knowledge I do possess is yours for the asking.
I hope it helps. For all we know, the entire world will look like Demetus Crossing once the gods are through.
So appreciative of the acknowledgement of that. We're on the same page, you know, this game and me. We're on the same page. Morrigan shows up and it's following on with Solas and the Dreadwolf. We're all thinking it. We're like, remember that time when you embarrassed yourself? pretty funny. I do like that a lot.
Not if we stop it first.
Ah, the confidence of youth. You shall need a good deal more of it.
I suppose you have some advice?
Set aside your notions of godhood and see them for the ancient, powerful mages they are. Standing against them shall require serious magic of your own. When you interrupted the Dreadwolf's ritual, did you happen across any of the tools he used?
He had a dagger, but it got lost in the chaos.
Then you would do well to find it. 'Tis better in your hands than those of the gods.
Is there anything else Solas might have had that could help us? We're in his, well, he calls it the lighthouse?
Ah, yes. The legendary sanctum of the Dreadwolf. 'Tis said his Illuvian, the Viravas, could travel to any other Illuvian of his choosing.
That's not how it works right now. It only goes to Arlathan.
I can take a look at it. Maybe fix it, even. I know Illuvians better than most.
Any help you can offer, we'd appreciate.
If Illuvians even work the same way, all the magic is different now. Our gods are back. Our gods! And they're killing people and blinding the world. How do we stand up against that?
We don't have a choice here. We stand against the gods however we can. Because if we don't, nobody else will. You get the Illuvian fixed at the lighthouse, we'll find the dagger. Let's figure out our next moves after that. Let's get to work. There's a lot of fight ahead of us.
Indeed. Prepare yourselves well and have a care in your choices. These are the times in which legends are born or slain. In this battle, I shall render whatever assistance I am able.
Right. Let's move.
You can assist me in answering some bloody questions, Morrigan. Very cool. Bond increase. All right. Holy crap. Let's think about this. Yeah, wow. There's a lot to think about. Claudia Black sounds amazing. What I want to say is it's obviously been 10 years since the last one. Voice actors age, voices age, they grow and they change over time. However, something really special that I want to point out is I hear Flemeth in her voice too. Kate Mulgrew as Flemeth is some of my favorite voice acting in the whole Dragon Age series. There were some words and sentences spoken by Claudia Black as Morrigan there where I felt the Flemeth part of her coming out in terms of just how it sounded. It sounds like Claudia Black but older, but I think that just goes to show the casting and the talent of Claudia Black and Kate Mulgrew. Obviously, they would have that similarity in universe, but just there were moments where I could feel Kate Mulgrew's cadence and delivery in that as well, which is very fun. After investigating the town of Demeter's Crossing, the team discovered the gods had laid waste to the town with blight. Worse, they tempted the mayor into betraying his people for gold. The team decided to leave the mayor to his fate. Yes, we did. Part 2, Ruins Reach, made unexpected acquaintances in the most unusual of places. No, don't move me away from that area. I was going to ask Morrigan questions. God damn it.
You can do this, Lace. It's gotta be done.
Told you. Yeah. God damn. It's like, take me back to that place where we were just at, because I want to go and ask Morrigan questions. But guess what? I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to ask them questions. You know why? Because I can't even talk to NPCs. They went, hey, here's Morrigan. Now go away. Oh, remember in Inquisition where they were like, hey, Hawk's at the Skyhold. And you make Hawk and you have a goddamn conversation. We know that that's going to happen with the Inquisitor at some point because we got to create her. So they get that out of the way. When's she going to pop up? But you can see that she gives... Morrigan only specifically addresses the canon events. The things that has happened for everyone with Morrigan. None of our specific interactions. She's not being like the Witch of the Wilds, mother of old god baby. Where's that old god soul gone? Is it with Flemeth? Now with Solas? Now in the Fade trapped? There's so many things to keep track of here. If only they didn't dig such a deep little hole and then attempt to put it under the rug instead of committing. Incredible. From Strife's journal, Ruins Reach. Veil Jumper recruits always ask me the same question. What is Ruins Reach? I tell them it depends on the day of the week. It's always changing. One week, the trees turn blue. The next, you'll hear voices speaking to you from thin air. The truth is, we don't know what it is. We only know that a stretch of forest where you could have a pleasant picnic is now an ever-shifting hole of mirrors and chaos. It's like reality is trying to figure out what it wants to be, what shape it wants to take, and it keeps changing its mind. I've explored Arlathan Forest for much of my life. I've never felt so confused. The forest I once knew was becoming something else. I was wondering if we were going to have a codex entry that was going to be about Morrigan, but no. Unfortunately not. In that scene, like with the raven coming in, I thought it was just going to be like a messenger raven or it was a spy raven, because the way that the scene was going was like, messenger raven, delivery from this location, or they're being spied on by Harding's reaction. However, did not expect the secret third option, which is poof, it's my wife. But, you know, fun cameo, but the definition of cameo. I do wonder if we'll see more of her, and I hope we do. I really, really hope we do. Okay. Let's level up. We are now level 5. Primer durations or advantage durations. Or shield toss damage. Or critical hits and jump attacks if they're knocked down, which is kind of good. And then tumbling blades is also kind of good. Shield volley. Probably won't do shield volley. I want to work my way through up to here. Generate rage when taking damage works a lot to get to Groundbreaker. I'm going to try and get to Groundbreaker. Alright, and we have a... should open the journal. We got the new mission, which is the Singing Blade. So we're going for the dagger itself. The team has returned to the site of Solas' ritual, hoping to find Solas' Lyrium Dagger before the powerful artifact falls into the wrong hands. Alrighty. Well, the dagger was stabbed into Varric. I guess it was removed and then dropped somewhere. If only we kept that bad boy.
I should have taken the shot.
That would have made things worse.
You don't know that. All you have are guesses.
We're up against something unfamiliar, working with more rumors than facts. Of course, that's all I have.
I should have taken the shot.
The hindsight thing and the I shoulda, coulda, woulda is not helpful because you don't know what would have worked and what wouldn't have.
You didn't take the shot. I destroyed the statue. Who do you want to blame more for the outcome? We all did what we thought was best in the moment.
And look where it got us. Tried to stop the world from being swallowed by chaos, and now it might be swallowed by chaos anyway. Elven gods escaped from their prison, Solas is in your head, and we're scrambling to figure out what to do. And Varric.
Varric knew the risks. He knew what it might cost.
We're still standing. The fight's not over.
You know, I like that about you, Lace. You don't stop fighting. You push for answers and action, while I can get stuck on questions forever.
Well, we need someone who can put the pieces of the puzzle together. We're fighting the unknown.
Exactly. Everyone has a part to play. Varric brought us together because of our strengths. He wanted a team he could rely on. We have to be that team.
Play to our strengths.
And rely on each other.
I think I can manage that.
Then let's find Solas' dagger. It'll be a start.
Character models look so good in all of the different kinds of lighting. I like seeing like the rain fall on the armor as well. It's really amazing. I've got so many things buzzing through my head in terms of like thoughts and feelings about the game that it's hard to like land on a concrete point. I keep circling back to things, but I do find it quite peculiar that it's like with how Inquisition and Trespasser ends with Solas the Dreadwolf, and we need to stop that. The game following that, we stop the ritual, effectively stopping Solas's plan, and then he gets trapped in a box. And then we put that box in another box, and that box in another box, and we ship it to ourselves, and we smashed it with a hammer in our own brain now. So Solas is now in our head. I guess that's what's happening because of the blood that was spilled at the ritual. If we go to sleep again, are we going to have another little dreamy conversation and he's going to go, ooga booga? You know, we removed a massive chess piece from the board, and now we have to deal with two even worse ones. And I won't say it came out of nowhere. I mean, it kind of did, but in a way it makes sense. He's playing with stuff and we disrupted it, and now we have even worse things to deal with. Like, he was planning to rip that veil down and make everything one. And that obviously was a very risky endeavor, and now we have two of the Evanurus out. But it is curious that it's like, Solas isn't even our threat. It's not even our villain. We're not having those moments with him because of this. We've just removed him. We've put him in timeout unknowingly. So we're really curious to see how that is going to develop for sure.
Look.
There's magic lingering in the spot. Strong. Old.
The dagger was here. Something took it.
Okay. Something took it. Ancient old magic, huh? Like Lyrium, like Titans, like real far down in the ground type thing, huh, Harding? I played the Inquisition DLC. Solid Snake as a dwarf took me through the ropes. Let's get David Hayter, the dwarf, back again, and we can get into that deep Titan magic. All of that lore.
Darkspawn. Oh no, what if it took the dagger?
It did. It's holding it. It's literally holding it. And that one's got wings. He's running away with me bloody dagger. Oh. Maybe you should have took the shot this time, Harding.
Big darkspawn coming right at us.
Oh, it's got an axe. Okay. So do I. Come on, big boy. Let's go. Oh! Didn't realize you'd do that. I didn't realize I was going to get attacked straight off the bat, and I love it for that. Oh! Oh! So much for being overwhelmed, you.
this gate open.
That's a really cool design. The for lack of a better term, like helmet. The spike from there. When we find another one of those, I need to go into photo mode so I can actually get a look at that, because this guy looks so sick. I like that. I forgot to enter photo mode and take a little peek. Absolutely gorgeous environmental art. Now, if this was Dragon Age Inquisition, we'd have to walk through there and... I'm kidding. We'd have to walk through there. There'd be so many materials together.
Good work. Let's keep on the trail.
I really don't want these item chests to be hidden for you. Oh wow! So if you actually we bought the common one, and if you get another one, it'll automatically upgrade for you. So now I've unlocked the weak point damage. Rarity increase. Good stuff.
Darkspawn don't usually collect things, do they?
Solas' dagger is special. They might have been drawn to it.
Anyone spot that ghoul? It must have come this way.
I was too busy getting distracted by the gorgeous lighting. Also, just in general, my favorite photo mode games are the ones that free cam and will just be like, yeah, take the camera wherever you want. My least favorite photo modes are the ones where they're like, no matter what, the camera is anchored to your player character. And I'm like, you suck. Being able to just go and investigate the environment like this is great. Maybe they have a gameplay reason for doing it. Like, we don't want you to go too far ahead of your gameplay experience, you know what I mean? But it's mostly, I just love that freedom of being able to look at an environment shot and be like, I just want to look at that, you know? I just want to take that in. Again, what I was talking about before when I was saying, like, so many thoughts swirling in my head and they keep bouncing back in as I, as it comes back to the forefront of my mind. I'm like, right, this was one of the points I wanted to talk about. Two things have come up for me. Again, they've circled back through, and Varric and Meryl, two things. Poor little Daisy. I think about Meryl a lot, and I think Meryl is such an interesting case because when you play through Dragon Age 2, you don't have, at least for me, I didn't have the context of Inquisition and, you know, the information that we learn. So you take a lot of that at face value. With Inquisition in mind, it changes the perspective of Meryl and Illuvians and demons, all of that kind of stuff, and also like the keeper of her clan kind of messing with things as well. And that poor girl, Varric knows someone in Kirkwall. Let's be like, Meryl, how's your Illuvian stuff going? Was Hawk mean to you about it for a while? That's fine. There's 27,000 Illuvians now. Come and take a look at some. Maybe we can even figure out how to repair your one if you're still thinking about that. It has been well over 10 years since Dragon Age 2 now. But I think about Meryl, and when Bellara is like, hey, I'm pretty good with this stuff. I can fix the Illuvian. I'm like, I got someone we could probably call. Maybe Varric is still in contact with her, sending out letters to his old Dragon Age 2 crew in Kirkwall. Let's get Aveline, and let's get Isabella, and let's get Meryl, and let's get the gang back together for old time's sake. Why not? Because we've got to stage the Fade rescue of Hawk. Which, again, not a decision that we got to put into the story so far, which means whoever you choose to stay in the Fade, it's not important. It's important to me. My second point, also about Varric, is the way that the characters speak about Varric. The way that there's this general aura and energy about how they speak about Varric. It's like they're speaking as if he's dead, and it makes me think like they were gonna kill Varric off there at that point. And they probably panicked and went, wait, he's kind of like the favorite guy. If we did that, maybe they'd burn the house down. And they made him sleepy in bed instead. I get that vibe because it's the team. Whenever Varric comes up, it's like Varric did this for us, blah blah blah, and it's all talking about him in past tense. And then you've got like the regret scenes of like Harding being like, I should have taken the shot. It's like that element of like, if I did this, I could have saved him. Who's taking the blame for it? It gives me that vibe that there was maybe a little bit of a shift away from deciding to kill Varric, because I don't think that's a fun idea. Plot armor, I get, but there's no need. But I'm still concerned about him because he got stabbed with a ritual-infused Lyrium Dagger in the chest. So he'll probably be bedridden for a while, and hopefully there won't be any complications. But again, just another couple of points that pop into my head when I think about things. I think there are these choices and decisions from previous Dragon Age games, and I go, man, I just realized that this big story moment from a previous Dragon Age game is not relevant, and it is a tough pill to swallow. It's a tough pill to swallow when you're like, oh yeah, the Fade choice and the Well of Sorrows and all of it. There's a lot. But I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Stagger and takedowns. Perform takedowns with the right stick. Okay, this is fun. We have death blows. We have finishes. This should have been given to me in that ogre fight. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, the design of this enemy is great. Like Centurion style with the helmet face. That's really cool. Damage enemies to fill their stagger meter. Enemies are staggered and it leaves them vulnerable and unable to fight. And you can perform a takedown and that enemy will no longer be staggered because hopefully they'll be dead. Oh, here we go. Let me take a look at this guy. Yeah, there we go. Get out of an animation. I want to look at you. Nice. Yeah, it is a helmet. Oh, that's cool. I was like, is it part of the skin? It probably is, but there is a face under there too. Yeah, I like it. I think it's interesting in the way that the only one that I do not care about is the ogre. I think that's everyone's pain point design wise. I can't have a problem with our base Darkspawn and this guy. Look at this album cover. Darkspawn into hood for sure. Really cool design.
Let's go. Watch out.
Oh. Pressing the wrong button.
Let's end this.
Oh, here it is. That was a finisher or a takedown, I guess. I want to get an actual finisher if possible. Oh, it'll probably just be a normal kill. That's alright. There's two more, and watch this, we're gonna lure them close. And do this. Oh no, hang on. Get close to me. I'm gonna do my ultimate. Get over here, will ya? Yep. Get kicked.
Did you find the dagger?
I don't think these darkspawn took it. Let's keep looking.
Oh. Oh. That's cool. I just destroyed the darkspawn's umbilical cord. Real big fan of that jump attack.
Over there, a dagger thief.
More blight in the way.
Oh, hello. Nice. Woo! That launched me. Trying to see if I can get where I'm not allowed to be. Oh! The game just is like, get out of there! Throws me away.
And there's probably another one.
Nicely done. I mean, it's gross, but you can't argue with results.
Assume I need that. Oh, it was the bridge. Sentinel's Glory, a common heater. Alright. Actually less physical damage, but a lot more stagger. Imbued with Dalish enchantments, this shield offers superb protection, especially when carried by a skilled warrior. Yeah, these shields that we've been getting are fun. I want a better one-handed weapon because I don't like how this axe is held. Look at these. We got, and again, we have some new ones. Let's take a look at them. We got some spiky ranged attackers potentially. Javelins in the back. All right, all right. I can get behind it.
Got it. End it now.
That's a win, Rook.
You can jump ranged, which is fun too.
Time to end this.
Look, another one of those magical beams. There are 2 of these devices this time. I bet we'll need to direct beams at both of them.
There are takedowns, and then there are death blow finishes that have flair to them. I'm very glad. I'm glad about that.
That's one. Now to find the other.
Found the other.
Good work. Now let's see what's behind that gate.
An etched raider's axe. Hey, that's what I asked for? No, this is an upgrade to the two-handed axe, wielded by the hill tribes of the Avar. This axe is etched with symbols of their gods. Nice looking axe. Yeah, I'm enjoying the two-handed fighting a lot. Good. There's like bonus stuff that you can do exploration wise. If you want to.
Got company.
Take them out.
Screw your barrier. I destroyed it, buddy. Oh, he died automatically because he technically went off an edge. Instead of being knocked over the other side. It's kind of fun. You lose! We're zooming through areas though. There's a lot to appreciate about the environments, but they treat you with a lot of these beautiful spots. Hello, you. Time-tested trappings, common medium armor. Okay, well, we can chuck that on. This leather ensemble helps the wearer blend into the surrounding woods while on an expedition. Take an actual look at it, how it looks. Again, awful. Awful. I actually really do like just the worn plates. I think there's transmog. Sorry, excuse me. I believe there is transmog in the game. So I guess we'll get there at some point. It'll probably be, you know, an upgrade or a vendor that we have to speak to.
That has to be the ghoul we're tracking.
Better hope it still has the dagger.
The Lyrium Ghoul. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at him. The Lyrium Ghoul. So, kind of like the default version, but also hardcore. If he also had cool spikes everywhere and a butt.
Get clear.
Oh. Oh, I took the run to that. I've got necrosis.
Lyrium.
Hunting?
This is the eternal hymn, the prayer and the proclamation. Isatuno. We are free again, whole again, here again.
Harding!
I can hear it. The song of the stone. What is happening to me? What the?
Dwarf got magic. Dwarf got magic.
I don't know. I don't know how to control it.
Oh man. Dwarf got magic, huh? So, ancient Lyrium Dagger awakens that deep gnome stuff. You got all the deep dwarves, the deep roads. When you go so far down that the sky is upside down, the feeling that you will fall into the sky, which is why when the dwarves look up when they reach the surface, they feel like they're gonna fall into it. That DLC was so spectacular, and Trespasser giving more details on that as well in relation to Mythal and the Titans and all of that stuff. Oh, it's good, huh? Alright, let's get Shred. Applies Sunder, deals high stagger, and it combos with Icebreaker, because it's a primer and then a detonator ability. So I can do both of those.
Let's go.
Whatever you say.
That's really, really cool.
Finish this.
On the left. Time to clean up.
See ya, bro.
Rook takes credit there.
Ready again. They're coming from the right.
Let's go.
Got him in position.
Out of the range. We're under fire.
Ready again.
Under fire. Watch it. Got you covered.
Finish it. They're at range. In the back. I'm good. That dagger. What did it do to me?
Not sure, but we should get back. We'll talk it through there.
That was so cool.
Your pet has failed, sister. And now the magic of the Dreadwolf's dagger is hidden from me. Fen Harel meddles once again.
If his dagger's beyond our reach, we must craft another. Made of red lyrium.
There it is, baby. Red Lyrium's back. Quick and snappy with these scenes. Let it breathe. I want more. One more of that.
You said something took you over.
Something like that?
And it's still with you.
Yes. I think so. It can't be possession, can it?
I doubt it. Dwarves can't be possessed. They aren't connected to the Fade. Solas's dagger triggered this event. But how? Or why? I'm sorry, Lace. I wish I had answers.
It's all right. Talking has helped. And hey, we got the dagger, right? Mission accomplished. Dwarves have never used magic. We can't.
It's all just weird.
It's a wonderful gift. You must be proud.
But I didn't do anything to earn this. How could I be proud? I don't even know how it happened. It's all a little strange. But not in a bad way. I feel connected.
To
the stone. Dwarves call ourselves children of the stone. Some of us have what we call stone sense. Those that have it can feel caves,
lyrium veins and faults in the rock. I wasn't one of them. Maybe the dagger unlocks something hidden. But this is more than the stone sense I know. I hope you're right that this is a gift. I'd be heartbroken if it caused problems.
I'm not sure what romance I'll do for Veilguard. I really am not sure, because there are characters we haven't even met yet or gotten to know or experienced, and how they gel with our character. I don't know. I feel like the option to romance Harding is it's a fan service romance in a way, because you could kind of loosely flirt with Harding at some point in Inquisition. And then the ability of having her come back as a companion and be romanceable is definitely like, there you go, everyone. You've done your 10 years of waiting. I've done my waiting. 10 years of it in Thetis, in fact. But I also... I'll just send a little bit your way. Why not? Because it's also true.
Harding, you being here is never a problem.
Huh. Really?
I don't know what I'd do if you weren't here, to be honest.
That's so sweet. Thank you. I, feel the same. I'll send word to the Grey Wardens about the blight we saw. And then I'm gonna lie down.
And we need more answers about what the gods are planning. I'll find some place to relax and try to reach Solas in the Fade.
Good luck. Try not to let him get to you. It feels like we're finally making some progress. And I'm not sure what my new magic's about, but I know it feels right.
Were their eyes on the Dreadwolf and the gods he'd set loose? They couldn't see their own personal demons coming to haunt them. Harding told herself it felt right. She was connected to the stone, to the lost titans, and all of Dwarven history, with its buried secrets. How could that be anything but good?
Red Lyrium. Oh, man. This is why I'm playing Dragon Age, baby. That's what I like. That's that gourmet shit. And I want more of it, actually. Thank you very much. I want more. The scene where the Disney villains are hanging around the little cauldron, they're like, that little brat with the keyblade. That's what Galanane and Elganon are doing. They're having their little Kingdom Hearts villain over the evil cauldron TV. And if you're gonna do that, you need that scene to be longer, because I looked at that scene and I was so happy to see that. I was like, their designs blighted god elves. I know that they're probably holding back a little bit to not like pull back the curtain all the way, but give me more. I want more. I like the contrast between having the villains at their round table and then we're just having a nice tea and biscuits at our table in the lighthouse. But good lore pieces that are being scattered here for us. Harding being connected to the stone, then it going into the Titan stuff is so fun. The team returned to Solas' ritual site, hoping to find the Lyrium Dagger that Solas lost. They pried the ancient artifact away from the Darkspawn ghouls that were drawn to it, but touching the dagger has had a profound effect on Harding, seemingly rekindling a forgotten link between her and the stone. What this means for Harding remains to be seen. And we've been given my regards. A reliable punchy bow with Navaran flair doesn't get in the way. Make sure everyone else gets out of the way. Awesome. The enemy...
Guess I should find some place to try to talk to Solas.
The enemy of my enemy. Alright, and we also have a level up, so we've got a new skill point. We're really pushing in this direction at the moment, so I'm going to do Masochism. Our library, our codex, the Dwarven people, a letter home. An unsent letter from Harding to her mother. My dearest Ma, I'm writing to you from Inrathis, Intervinter. I'm Intervinter. Isn't that amazing? Yes, there are power-hungry mages and slavers and cultists, but the city is so much more than that. You should see the magical lights. I've mentioned this before, but I don't really work for the Inquisition the way I used to. It's complicated. I do miss it. I miss Skyhold and my friends there, but Charter still keeps in contact, and I'm working with Varric doing something really important. I wish I could tell you more. Soon, though. We're very close to finding the person we've been tracking. Once that's over, I'll come home and you'll get to hear the whole story. Maybe I'll even be in time for the sheep shearing. Lots of love, Lace. It's very cute. Very cute indeed. Harding's notes on the Lyrium Dagger. Great shot there. They had no idea it was a dagger when they found it in the primeval Tig. It looked like an idol with figures carved from red lyrium. Didn't want to stare at it too long, Varric once said. Felt like it was staring back. His brother, Bartrand, kept the idol for himself and probably stared at it much too long. When he felt his sanity slipping, Bartrand sold the idol to Knight Commander Meredith of Kirkwall, who forged the idol into a blade. It didn't end well for her. The idol remained lodged in Meredith's petrified remains until it was removed some years ago, presumably by Solas, and restored to its original form. That's when we learned about the idol's connection to the elven gods. Solas used the Lyrium Dagger to create the veil, and he's going to use it to bring the veil down. This is a miscellaneous lore note. This is a miscellaneous codex entry that not only goes into the element of this Lyrium Dagger is the idol, is Meredith's blade from Dragon Age 2, was the weapon and tool used to create the veil in the first place. Then it was lost, corrupted, taken into this this idol form, this red lyrium, and an idol with figures carved from red lyrium. And then Solas has like purified it and returned it to his original form. That's kind of big, right? That's kind of big. And they're like, put it in the miscellaneous lore notes. Again, there's people that play these games. They don't read. They don't read. And I read it so you don't have to. So I hope for those that are just playing the game and not reading the lore notes, that we can enjoy these miscellaneous, tiny little lore revelations, which I appreciate so much. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. There we go. Companions. We have our Illuvian expert, and this is Balara's first time in the lighthouse, and for some reason wasn't hanging out with us on the couch. Harding has points available, so we've got a level up now. So we do have heavy draw, we have seismic shot, we've got shred, and then we can kind of push into what we want. I think we'll more damage with shred, and then have duration for the soothing potion, more stagger. This is when activated 20% ultimate, and seismic shot. We can go into damage versus high health, so you can go for that being one of the first things. Let's build towards an ultimate. Why not? Gotcha. All right. And now we're on the lighthouse, so Balara is hanging out near the Alluvian, which makes sense. Cool. Something that we can also see if we check the map is we can see that there is a timed conversation with our companions. Sadly, only with Harding, and I was really hoping that maybe Varric would have something upon our return. Balara surely would have something to say to us. We will have to take a look. So, speak with the Dreadwolf. We're going to find a place to reach out to Solas. So, we're going to try and get some Solas of our own. This, however, is a workshop. The Caretaker's Workshop. Upgrading your equipment at the Caretaker's Workshop will increase an item's stats. Finding another version of an existing item or purchasing it will increase an item's stats while unlocking new properties. Pursue both paths to bring out your equipment's full potential. And empower the workshop by collecting mementos out in the world. Upgrading it will increase the number of enchantments on offer and increase the power level of all weapons you can find or purchase while adventuring. Enchantment. Let me see. We can upgrade with these materials and take this to... I'm going to assume, based on the language of all games that use this same visual stuff, it'll go common, uncommon, rare, legendary, epic, whatever. So we'll get more ability damage by doing this, and we've got the materials to do so. It's essentially a free upgrade for us because... oh, well, I guess we need to find another version of it to get that other skill, but we've increased our stats at the very least. We can upgrade our sash for more healing, but only a little bit more. So this is what we'll be using our materials for. I think that this is actually a decent system. It's I can see why we get these materials and so much of them, because we'll want to be doing that on all of our characters' weapons and armor. Does not look like I can actually upgrade the Blood Dragon armor or anything like that, because I guess the Blood Dragon armor is a wardrobe thing, so it's more of like a transmog concept, like we're wearing this visual but these are the stats, I guess. But that's fun. There's also another icon here. Change monument. Oh, okay. So you can have altar to Fen Harel, decade by age and time. Decade, he says. Decade by age and time. I can read. And a legendary hala leaving streaks of gold in its wake by Hanal Gilan. So you can change those. And have fun. We get a beautiful little hala instead. Take a short little break, and then we're going to talk to our companions. Alright, I've done some armor and equipment upgrades for my companions and I, and it gives us an opportunity to also take a look at these floating lanterns again, like I was talking about. They're glowing for Harding, and Harding has a conversation available. So I think that's like our visual indicator. Like, look outside, and they've got the light on, you know. So we'll go in here and have our time-sensitive conversation.
Toldar is a tunnel. Vedun gar velos atredum. But Velos Atredum is nothing like Isatunal.
Isatunal. I remember. After you touched the dagger, the prayer, the proclamation, Isatunal. What exactly are you proclaiming?
They don't remember. No one remembers. We don't even know what we lost.
Harding? Are you in there?
I'm sorry, what?
What does Isatunal actually mean?
Isatunal is an affirmation, a statement of existence, of being. It means I am here. But no, not I. I is singular, but it isn't. We either. We is multiple, but also separate.
What?
Isatunal is the eternal hymn that encompasses all time, all spaces. I am, we are, this and that, here, there, now, and forever.
What's important is that you're happy.
Happy? Happy's not it. Whole. Right, maybe. I'm certain Isatunal describes how we, the dwarves, once were. But none of the books say anything about it. None of the histories are right. If we forgot something so important, what else did we forget?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I don't expect you to have an answer. Thanks for letting me babble, by the way.
Anytime. That's what I'm here for.
Harding approves at the end there. Nice. Alright. Harding is having a read. You want to clean this place up, by the way? It looks like shit in here. Sleeping on a crappy little bedroll. We need to get some finances to this place. We live in the Fade. God damn it. I think we could, you know, get some nice beds in here. Just dream one up and see what happens. Yes, the lanterns are off now. So if I was to go check on Nev, we just can walk in and...
Couldn't be one god, it had to be three.
Okay. So you'll get like a line of dialogue that's like, oh my god! Gotta fill up that wine rack, girl. Well, technically it's like one got in my head and another two that are actually an issue now. We'll go down and we'll speak with Balara. So I really thought that Balara would be someone to speak to. Oh, we can talk. Hang on. I got any floating lanterns around here that I need to pay attention to? Maybe it's different because Balara, this isn't where Balara will sleep and chill out. You know what I mean? Like this is just putting work in.
Oh, Rook! Hello! I've never seen an alluvian like this before. Not intact, anyways. Fascinating. Wait, if the magic is feeding back into itself... This thing's self-stabilizing! Sorry, didn't mean to yell. Soon as the lyrium cures, I should be able to fix this. Not entirely sure what will happen when I do. But I can see the flaw in the resonance, so whatever it's supposed to do, it's not currently doing.
Okay.
Can't rush this kind of thing, Rook.
I know, I'm just seeing how much dialogue you have.
Didn't Nev want to talk to you?
No.
Sorry, Rook. I'm just in the middle of some calibrations.
All right.
It'll be done when it's done.
Cheeky, Bioware.
Can't rush this kind of thing, Rook.
All right, Balara's calibrating. Love that for us. With Harding having picked up
that room wasn't there before, I don't think.
Oh, cool. We're having rooms of the place open up to us now. I like it. With Harding having found this Lyrium Dagger and what it awakened, can any dwarf touch it and be reconnected to the stone? Maybe? Also, Dagner. Let's get Dagner in on this. Should be so happy about that. We gotta have Dagner be brought in again. This is what we're doing, huh? You sleepy? Yeah, he's sleeping. But he's sleeping. Alright, so I guess what we can do here is our transmog. So this is our appearance armor slot. So I can choose to continue wearing this, or I can change it up to something else. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna want to do that. I almost am just kind of tempted just to stay in the worn plates for a while in terms of visuals. I think it kind of fits. I think it kind of fits. But Blood Dragon is also fun. Like, yeah, the Morn Watch, when they sent me packing, they gave me this fancy pants armor that they that they liked. Oh, I've got Blood Dragon. I didn't realize. I have Blood Dragon appearances. God, that looks cool. Literally Blood Dragon, worn by Canary warriors honored in battle. Worn by rare Sarabas, honored for great works. It adds the one on the little bit on the forehead. That's cool. I didn't realize I had that. I'm not going to have it on. But I do think that they're pretty cool. It seems that the Vitar slot, from what I can see here, it is just going to be paint. Inquisition did have helmets. You know? It's a bit of a shame that I won't get to enjoy and appreciate stuff to be worn on my face. But it is what it is. I guess I'm able to pick the recruit sword as the appearance while still wielding the cleaver. So that's fun. I do like this shield. Yeah, I do like that. Having transmog just be in the game here without needing to do anything else is great. For some reason this went over my head initially that this was actually the wardrobe was our transmog. I was like, maybe we'll unlock something. This does actually make a lot of sense. I might do the worn plates for my casual wear, honestly. It may cause some issues, it says. May cause clipping and scenes designed for casual wear. Alright, well I won't do that then. I won't make it hard on myself. I'm gonna need some better casual wear then. And then Balara can do the same in regards to clothing and equipment, the transmog, but we'll leave that alone. I guess this new room that's opened up is gonna be where we have this conversation with Solas. Speak with the Dreadwolf. Meditation channel.
Harding must have put my pack here. It makes sense. Better place to sleep than the infirmary. Guess I can spare a few moments to unpack my things.
Wow, this is my room. Cool. I have a fancy aquarium. And I don't necessarily have a bed, I just have a fancy couch. On life in the lighthouse. This ancient logbook is filled with meticulous Veilfire runes. Though it is encoded, flicking through it offers vignettes of borrowed memory. Fearful refugees are ushered to the lighthouse through illuvians emerging from the infirmary and libraries as soldiers, spies, and scholars. Gardeners plant long-extinct herbs that grow and are harvested and wither in the blink of an eye. The sharp smell of distilling medicine wafts from a window, and poison for the enemy drips into a vial. The arguments of a war council go on late into the night, Forbidden songs are sung freely, with filthy lyrics substituted for the Evan Eurus's names. Finally, a heated conversation silhouetted against glass with quick shadows darting behind it. The argument ends with a wordless but unmistakable impression. You summon them. You fed them. You feed them. Nice. Will we get tavern songs again? I wonder if we will. So we have the lighthouse being like Solas's base of operations, but we also have Skyhold being Solas's base of operations too. It's kind of interesting, considering the significance of Skyhold. Okay. Settle into the room. Place Varric's shaving mirror? Why is that my souvenir?
Varric and his life lessons. I asked him how we were supposed to stop Solas, and he gave me this. Take a long, hard look at it, kid. It'll always show the face of a hero who can get it done.
Oh, interesting. I can change stuff, even though I can just do this anyway in the mirror, in the infirmary, right? I can just change stuff. Examine options related to scars. Choosing one will conclude the conversation. Examine options related to gender identity. Examine options related to tattoos. And then I can just say, I look good. What's it gonna do if I pick like scar or tattoos? Or like, this is obvious, but it'll like... Oh, cool. So I just get to talk about my scars, my tattoos, and my gender identity. I get it. I was wondering if it was going to open up, like the mirror would take us into character customization again.
You've got a few scars, but you know what? You earned these in fights that needed to be fought. Hits you took to save someone. Shots that knocked you down but didn't keep you down. You are the hero who can get it done. And if you pick up a few more scars along the way, that just proves you were in the fight.
Oh, there's only one conversation to have. You can't have all of them. Oh, I kind of want to see all of them. Where's my autosave? I want to see all of these. So you get to have moments with yourself based on those particular things. No! Where's my... Oh, hang on a sec. Wait. Temporary decision save. What is that? What is a temporary decision save? That's an interesting title. Is this in dialogue? Right before you place it. There you go. Do we have... Yeah. Let me just make a save, just for my own sake. And then, yeah, I'm curious
Varric
about...
and his life lessons.
Curious about the conversation we can have. Yeah. So, you can just say whatever. So... Like, if I knew how to read, choosing one will conclude the conversation. For some reason, I just interpreted that as, like, choosing one of these would just conclude the conversation within itself. I don't know. It's also 4 in the morning, so you're gonna have to cut me some slack. I am obsessively playing the game. Yeah, let's take a look at stuff. Interesting. So you can establish identity based with how you as a person relate to your character. I love who I am. I'm a big horned fella.
There he is. The man I knew I was. I did the work. I stuck with it. And now I get to see him every time I look in the mirror.
Yep, that's me, all right. I've been looking at this face, unfortunately, for 29 years. All right, so we get to have these moments of self-reflection, quite literally. Let's talk about our tattoos. I think it would be cool if you were able to just
I reckon it's life lessons.
do all of them in one go. Our tattoo options.
I used to dread looking into the mirror until I finally got tired of hating what I saw and decided to change what I saw. Now I look in the mirror and see the ink I chose for myself. The me I chose for myself. I don't know if that's the hero Varric was talking about, but it's a start.
I love that. It's like, yep. So what's kind of interesting about this is scars, tattoos, and gender identity. Only one of those has an actual path where it's like it will unlock dialogue options related to that, which does make sense. But yeah, where's my dialogue where I can bring up my scars and tattoos at every opportunity? I'm gonna be like, you want to know how I got this one?
I reckon it's life.
Alright,
a damn good-looking hero, if I do say so.
honestly, that's where I'm happy to leave it, because look how good the character creator did me, you know? Good stuff. I was doubting Canary because they did a terrible job at actually showing you what Canary are capable of, the potential of the character creator. They gave the most boring, clean presets ever. Like, you can do some real great stuff with that. So I'm glad that I wasn't super turned off Canary by the presets and wanted to see what I could do. That was fun. Let's place the Navaran urn.
Oh, Baron Van Markham. You wanted the undead to rule Navara, but you forgot about the Mornwatch. Then, after I put you down, the Mornwatch sent me away with Varric to stop the noble families from complaining.
So I just have the Baron in an urn.
The Mornwatch protects the world from dangers outside the realms of the living, which I did. But I guess that includes dealing with the consequences.
Okay. Varric giving me his own personal shaving mirrors is funny though. I like the backstory faction one.
A peddler gave me this after I saved his caravan from bandits. He was so impressed with the vitar that Canary wear to protect our faces, and the fireworks he saw at the Ravani festival. Said he had no idea my people were such accomplished alchemists.
It's a big fancy jar. Looks good. Interesting. I don't follow the Qun. The Canary have really come so far, haven't they, over the course of these 4 Dragon Age games. The lore and the development of them has been kind of all over the place. I'm really interested to see if we will get any Canary and Tevinter conflict stuff, considering where we are in the world, but it might not be specifically relevant. I wonder if we'll also be able to revisit Tevinter in any way, Minrathous, any of that, or whether it was just the opening section, because it's great. Like, the opportunity to finally go to the Tevinter Imperium. I do hope that we are able to get more of that, and it wasn't just kind of like a prologue. I would love to encounter some elements of the Qun and the Canary in a big way, being up this way. We shall see. What's Iron Bull up to these days? And is he hanging out with Dorian? And are they happily married? Can't find that out. You know why? We weren't able to put that decision in our story choices. So, which means probably not. I guess I'll say I don't follow the Qun because I was, according to my backstory, found as a baby.
My people. Not like I grew up under the Qun. Probably wouldn't have been a good fit given all the rules. But the Qunari have accomplished a lot. It's good to remember that with everything else going on.
Combat manual. Because I'm a warrior.
A meditation upon the use of blades. Must have read this thing cover to cover a dozen times during weapons training. If I hadn't gotten stuck with kitchen duty for breaking curfew so often, I might have read it even more. Right. That's better. Now, how do I connect to Solas? Just sleep or relaxing? Maybe if I clear my mind.
Have a bit of a meditate. How do I FaceTime the egg? How does he get called? Nice little sequence of like self-reflection and establishing parts of your own character in your RPG, so that's pretty good.
Back so soon. It must have been worse than I had thought.
Hello, Dreadwolf.
Ah, but perhaps I am mistaken. You may be here to correct me, to tell me that my concerns were unfounded. I am, after all, remembered as the god of lies, treachery, and rebellion.
Solas remembered your verbal jab at him. Of course he did, though, because this man does not forget anything. The grudges that this guy has. Any opportunity to be a sarcastic asshole.
I'm not here to debate whether what you said was accurate.
But to be clear, it was accurate.
I need to know what the gods are planning.
You are asking for knowledge no mortal in this world is privy to. If I am to share it with you, I need to know what makes you the right person to lead the fight against Algernon and Gillenane.
I stopped you, didn't I?
You disrupted the ritual.
Yeah, I did. Even though I'm nowhere near as powerful as you.
Your plan is to tell me how powerful you aren't?
In the Morn Watch, I had to deal with undead nobles threatening all of Navarro with civil war. Our squad was overwhelmed, and we were supposed to retreat.
But you attacked instead, defeated the nobles, and prevented a war.
How'd you know that?
You helped Varric pursue me for the better part of a year. It would have been foolish not to learn about who was hunting me.
Then you know that powerful opposition doesn't frighten me. I find a way to get the job done whatever it takes.
I suppose I was not so different when I started.
Started what?
My rebellion against the Evanuris. The elven gods, as you call them. They wish to reclaim their dominion over this world. To accomplish that, they will need two things. First, the blight. What exists in this world is a bare fragment of its power. The rest is imprisoned, until they release it.
I don't understand. Elganon and Gillenane were elves like you, right? Why would they want to blight the world?
It is my fault. As the Dread Wolf, I was a thorn in their side. When my efforts weakened their grasp on the elven people, they grew frustrated, then desperate.
And turned to the blight.
Once the corruption took hold of them, they were blind to its horror. It was just another source of power for them. Now they would blight the world without hesitation, and call us backward and foolish for opposing them.
The blight didn't escape with the gods?
Elganon and Gillenane escaped largely empty-handed, fortunately. Most of the blight is still trapped in the prison I created ages ago.
So what we saw at that village, that's them not at full strength?
Correct.
The rest of the blight is imprisoned? There's more than what's in the world already?
Yes. Centuries ago, the Magisters of Tevinter opened my prison. A tiny fragment of the blight escaped. That fragment grew beneath the earth and led to the blights that have swept across the world. However terrible the blight is now, it is a mere fraction of what we will see if its full power is unleashed.
Oh man. Oh man, that's big. Corypheus walked into the Golden City and the throne was empty. Oh, wow. Because for a long time, throughout the course of Inquisition, I started getting to the point of blending the human version of history and the Maker and the old gods and all of that. And then you start looking at the elven side of things and the Evanurus and the elven gods. And then you start doing this, and it's almost as if the lore is like the veil keeping the human and elf stuff on either side, but if it's meant to do that. Corypheus, the architect, where is that guy? And these ancient Tevinter Magisters broke through the veil. They walked the Fade, and what they were met with was the blight. And they were cursed with the blight. They were thrown back out, and as a punishment for that, Darkspawn, the blight, archdemons. That is the blight, the power source that the Evanurus decided to utilize and harness, that then leaked out through the veil as a result of that. The whole idea of the Maker's punishment and all of that kind of stuff for our transgressions is a result of ancient elf stuff. Which begs the question, when we start getting into, who the hell is Andraste, really? What was any and all of that stuff in terms of the human component and element? I'd be really, really intrigued if we were going to get some concrete answers on those things, but it might still be kept quite obscure. One of the best parts of Dragon Age lore is the ability to add new things based on who's giving that information, because a lot of the lore is written by you've got histories written by the victor, that sort of element. You've got people that have got their own experiences and worldview writing their trails and their research and all of these different accounts and interpretations, and then you've got like moments where you get information of what has actually happened, what has actually transpired. And going into Dragon Age the Veilguard with 3 games of Dragon Age lore packed deep, locked tight in here, this continues to just be so very satisfying to get more development, more answers, more context on things. Ain't it just fun? It does end up cropping up more and more questions at the same time, but that is Dragon Age world building for you.
Then we shut down whatever they need to do to free the blight.
They will need to pierce the veil to reach the blight's prison. My Lyrium Dagger is one of the few artifacts capable of doing so.
We've already recovered it from the ritual site.
Excellent. Then they will have to make their own. That will give you time.
You said the gods needed 2 things, and the blight is the first. What's the second?
Followers. They have called themselves gods. And what is a god without worshippers to sing their praises?
You think they want the elves back? I don't think the elven people will bend a knee to blighted murderous monsters.
Agreed. Elganan and Gillenane care little for the elves. They will find worshippers among those hungry for power, tyrants and bullies, the cruel and the corrupt, who fear their own vulnerability and seize any chance to feel strong. If you hunt them, they will lead you to Elganan and Gillenane.
Thanks.
I came here for specifics, not fortune-telling.
I would tell you more were I not currently imprisoned thanks to your actions.
Fine. I'll go kick the trees and see what falls out.
The Veravas, the lighthouse Soluvian, can take you anywhere, if you master its secrets. Have you done so?
Not yet, but we've got one of the Veil Jumpers working on it. She'll get it sorted, and we'll see how it goes.
Yes, I suppose we will. And when you speak with Varric, please tell him that I regret what happened.
Solas. A little bit of you in there is nice. Just a tiny little bit. A tiny little bit. You have acquired new appearances for your equipment. Appearances can be modified from the wardrobe in your room. So the wardrobe has been moved here. He regrets what happened. Of course he does. He lashed out. Alright, same thing. Do I have actual new appearances though? Or is it just telling me what I already had? Just telling me what I already had. Silly game. It's like, hey, the wardrobe's here now. And that's fine. Can we go and talk to Varric right now? Yes. Ah, that's the quest. That is the quest. Alright, miscellaneous. You're gonna drop some bomb on me again? Oh, it's a letter from Solas to Elganan and Elganan's reply. Ain't that fun? Look at these beautiful little pieces there. Silhouettes are great. I realized something really bad and really tragic and really upsetting, potentially, is if Solas got trapped in the Fade and he is only being able to be communicated with through our meditation state, if our Inquisitor comes back, because we created her, so of course she's going to come back into the game at some point, I don't think there's a reunion to be had there. Maybe, we'll see. Maybe I'll be like, Inquisitor, let's sleep together, and then we'll dream together, and then we'll meet him together, and that'll be the weird throuple that we start beginning, where Mapo Kuhn and Mapo Lass start a relationship. Can we romance our previous character? It should be allowed. Letter from Solas to Elganan. To Elganan, Sun Tamer, General of the Enlightened Army, first among the Evanuris, ruler of Arlathan, who woke at the dawn of the elves. From Solas, Spirit Speaker, second to Mythal, Fenharel the Dreadwolf, who is no younger. I ask you again to reconsider. To claim there is no difference between ruling as king and ruling as god begs the question of why you feel it necessary to claim such a title for yourself. Most of the people accept your rule. You have shackled their bodies. Must you shackle their minds in turn? There is much we disagree upon, but you must see that hobbling our people with such claims will limit their spirits and tarnish the gleam of your leadership. Your power is unquestioned. May your wisdom match it. To Solas, Spirit Speaker, second to Mythal, Dread Wolf. Our Lord Elganan has received your words, and will give them the consideration they deserve. Rest well knowing our Lord Elganan is devoted to his people and their well-being, and wishes for them to have lives of peace and abundance. Regards, Dismal, bloodbound to Elganan, keeper of his rights on behalf of Elganan, Sun Tamer, Crown of Arlathan, first of the firstborn, Lord of the day and of the night, who woke at the dawn of the Elven. What a load of pish-posh, Elganan. How many titles you want, mate? Settle down. But there you go. A meditation has taken place. And there we go. We'll be talking with Varric, consulting with the team, the enemy of my enemy. So that's essentially it, right? It's like Solas by disrupting his ritual, has been forced into helping us to then seal away Elganon Galane. Maybe in that period of time, he might be like, you know what, you guys ain't half bad. I changed my mind. We'll have to see what happens in regards to Solas's character arc and his villain arc too. I don't know what's going to happen there, but I will be very curious to see what happens. Big lore stuff this episode. Really fun episode. Lots of great stuff. I think that this really made me feel quite happy and confident in some things and a little worried in other things in terms of like the lore and world building and development being so fascinating and fun, but also that the itching feeling in the back of my mind of the choices that we make, do they matter in the long term if they can be disregarded or ignored? It makes me worry about the choices that we're going to make in this game. Will only a few key moments carry over into a potential next game? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I do sincerely hope that we get some answers to things, and I do sincerely hope even more that there isn't like an element of, I'm sorry, there is now only one canon and this is the thing that was meant to happen and the rest is deviation. I hope not, but we'll see. Anyway, I need to go to bed. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed this episode and are enjoying the Dragon Age playthrough. Please, would mean a lot for the liking, commenting, subscribing thing if you want to do that and help out the channel. Tell me how you're feeling about the game. Tell me about your Inquisitor. What does your Inquisitor look like? What is your faction? All of that fun stuff. Tell me about how you're feeling up to this point in the journey. See how you're feeling in relation to myself. And thank you so much for joining me. As always, I will see you next time.